Hey, what's up, guys? Mikas here for WeMakeDanceMusic.com. Today, I'm working on a deep house track which I made from scratch. This means all the elements have been recorded one by one. I actually made the drum patterns one by one. There is only single shot used. I cannot say that I use sample because sample would be loops and things like that. All the parts that I made them myself in MIDI, composed them with the keyboard typing. This is if you guys don't know that, you use Command K. This keyboard pop up. You play on the the letters to play the keys. I don't have a MIDI controller, as you can see, because I just don't feel I need one really. So other element of the track that I've made is like all of the sound banks. I choose them one by one. I play some keys, change, modify, layer, things like that. I mean, this track is really 100% original because I don't use any MIDI from somebody or some keys or some pre-made kit that want to sound like something. So I started this track this morning. I thought it was pretty cool, so I wanted to share it with everybody that want to watch this video. Thanks, guys. So let's get into the track, and I will show you a bit what I've done, what is the process, and then of course I'll put it online as a template on WeMakeDanceMusic.com. You're gonna be able to buy it for $15. No external instrument included. I use only Logic because I love Logic, man. It just rocks. So let's just get into it a little bit. There's a few different parts to the track now. I'm gonna start at the intro as usual. I'm gonna do a little bit of a breakdown of the element, but first I'm gonna play the intro. So, oh, sorry. I'm gonna go in here. So what I've used is I got two instances of Ultra Beat. This is a Logic Pro drum synth, which is excellent. I think it's really underestimated by a lot of people. Whatever, this is something that's maybe a little bit harder to master. And what I do on all of my project is I take the kick here, create a separate MIDI channel, take the kick here, send it to a subgroup 2, which is here, just 1 second, in the mixer. So all of the drum elements are separated one by one. They all have their independent channel that I can control, process one by one, you know. So this is very important. If you make something from scratch and you want something to be very original, you don't want to just use a bunch of sample, put it on there and stuff. It works, but I mean, how can you make something really original with like something like that? It's just never gonna work. So this is really important. Another aspect that is very important for me when I make those tracks is I use only MIDI. I mean, if you of course there's audio samples that are triggered in the background, but if you use only MIDI, anytime you want, you can change the tempo. So I'm at 120 now, and actually when I started this track earlier today, I was 125, and then I made the track, and while I was progressing into it, I felt the groove was smooth, you know, so I was like, maybe I'm gonna keep that, you know, a little bit lower. So I lowered it 122. That was cool. Wrote it 120. Like this is where I really felt that the groove was right for this track. You know, this is one thing. If you make music, sometime you make a track and it feels okay when you make it and it's like 128, but really at 123 it would just be perfectly. So you have to think the DJ is gonna play it, it's gonna fit in this set, what's the amount of energy you want to put out into it. So those are all very important factors. So I have all my elements here. I'm gonna do a little rundown. The kick, the snare, there's very little snare, some claps, some closed hi-hat, nothing extraordinary in there so far. I want to show here Ultra Beat. So the Ultra Beat part are triggered one by one by those MIDI element, and like I said earlier, I'm routing the audio of every part into a different channel. That will come very handy later on when I want to process my mix, which is cut the low end, compression, you know, and maybe doing some more routing and stuff like that. So now I'll get some mid hi-hat that I call some cabasa. It's really in the back, you can't really hear it. Then we have a bit of a low tom here. Yeah. And then I have my rolling hat. This really brings the groove of the track. It's really quick. It's like in the back. It's sitting in the back smoothly. Then some more percussive elements. So this is the second instance of Ultra Beat because the first one I ran out of a stereo output channel. I heard a lot of people talking about this, that they mix drums in mono. I just don't like it. All music is in stereo. Even the kick is in stereo. I understand maybe you want to mix down at the end the low end into mono, which is perfectly fine for a dance floor. But when I make a track, I like everything to be in stereo. So this is all the drums for now. It's what I use mostly through the track here. You can see the layout's 4 minutes long. Not so much arrangement yet. I have a bass line here. It's just a simple one key trigger. So actually when I started that track, I use my technique that I explain into my video, how to finish every track you make. So what I do is I do a 16, I think this was 32 bar long loop, and then I work into it, add, remove element, and then just I add. At some point I add until I have more than I need. And what's happening later on is I'm really able to select what's gonna fit in and not. And this bass line was there, but it was the full melody. Then when I started building the intro, I'm like, yeah, this would be good to have just a little, like just a little hit like that. So I'm gonna unsolo everything so you can hear the intro here. I think it's got something there. There's some nice little echoey ukulele. Then some bit of a tweaky. I like this little background vibe. Then another layer of paddy kind of stuff. Tell me what you think. Just comment in below. Just say something about it if you think it's a cool track. Nice, thanks. Then I use the main keys that's gonna go into the track a bit later, right here. Okay, that's cool. That's a good intro. Let's go into the track a little bit more. So after that, I bring it down quickly. So I bring in the chunk of the track, I would say. So this track, I have a synth bus here with the filter on top of it. What I do is I use a Logic EQ, stick on a high pass filter, automate it here to play with it, and you can see here that this is the automation of my my synth bus channel. Okay, what is in this synth bus channel? I have one synth here, 2, 3, 4 synths. So those 4 synths make the main part. So the main part is this. You can hear it. So we have this one at the top. Then this more metallic kind of keys. Then kind of a really deep housey sound, and then I added like an organ layer that I think fit pretty well. This is just at the top to add some more substance. So let's listen to it. I did use some side chain, but I don't believe in any of those elements. There's a side chain, so. The name of the track is One Desire. I hope to finish it. I'd like to put some vocals on it. I don't really have anybody in here or around here that I can record some vocal with, so. So do you think this is an authentic deep house feel? I really believe that this is authentic. This is deep house. It get the groove. It's simple. It's groovy. So this is the main part of the track, which I will complete in not too long. Then I made this kind of drop part, which is more groovy to push forward. I think it will add more effect. I want to add some vocal to it. I want to play it to you because I was really buzzing earlier because there's a kind of a bass sequence that really push. So what I've done with the bass is I use the main bass here, and I use the bass part that is. So they're kind of working together, it's really cool. And instead of having a key progression into the part, it's repetitive. So it will keep on just pushing instead of flowing with the keys. So what I do with this is I will probably build up here. So I think there is some automations here, yeah. So 2 bass layer, super simple. I mean, there's 28 tracks here, but I use about 24. I think this is definitely enough to make a cool deep house track. I mean, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna keep on engineering it, keep on pushing. Click on the link below and check the finished product and stuff. I think I will release this one. I really like it. So this was me, Mikas, for WeMakeDanceMusic.com. If you like what you see, have a look at WeMakeDanceMusic.com, or we have a new URL. It's wmdm.io. And until next time, may the sounds be with you guys. Cheers.